All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spiritual Bongwater. I'm your host, Cass, and this is the podcast where we light up the truth and clear the smoke on scams. In episode 5, we're tackling a topic that's been buzzing in the cannabis community. The infamous 420 nurses. They promise empowerment, they flash the lifestyle, they recruit young women with high hopes. But what's the real deal behind the cute uniforms and glossy photos? This week, we're passing on the hype and exposing the harsh reality. We're digging deep into why the 420 nurses aren't a legitimate career opportunity, but a classic predatory pyramid scheme designed to exploit and manipulate young women. Get ready, because we're showing you exactly how they got high on your dime and why you absolutely should not buy the high that they're selling. Now, I just want to give you a little background. I did work for this organization. I wish you could see the quotations my finger just made, because honestly, work is a very, very, very loose term. Nobody ever gets paid to work for the 420 nurses. Period. So, first off, it starts off with your kit. Your nurse's kit contains one 420 nurse's hat, one 420 tank top, 8 review stickers that you can sell to vendors to make back your money. Let me stop right there. It sounds like it'll work, right? It sounds like, you'll get something out of this, but you won't. They literally charge you $80 for a kit with a tank top that they got from Thailand for 2 cents and a paper hat. And after that, everything else is on you. You have to buy all of the gear, all of the clothes. You have to sit here and be a part of everything that they plan, just the way they plan it, or they're not gonna deal with you anymore. So it starts with the kit. After that, you're supposed to recruit nurses under you, and you have to do a certain set amount of tasks to become an official 420 nurse instead of just an intern. So being an intern doesn't get you very far. You have to sell those eight review stickers to make your kit money back. And on top of that, you literally are dealing with vendors who already know the reputation of this company. So none of them want to have anything to do with you. It's literally one of the worst organizations I've ever been involved with. And it took all of us who were involved at that time a minute to see it. They groom young girls to work for them for free. They literally offer you pay, but only after you have proven to them that you're worth it. I don't know anybody else who would give you a job and make you work 2 weeks and not pay you and then tell you that was your audition, basically. They give you a 20% discount on all the gear, and you're supposed to buy it as much as possible to dress like them and wear the same outfit. Oh, this day we're all wearing this, or this day we're all wearing that. But they don't give it to you to wear. You have to buy it. Like, I literally, oh my gosh, I spent so much money on that stupid shit, dude. I can't even tell you. So they use young women, they manipulate them, and they turn them against each other for the sake of their profit, which is absolutely disgusting. Like, you are given this fake representation of the company that it's women supporting women, women wanting women to be empowered. But in all reality, the only 2 people being empowered are Cha-Cha Vavoom and Summer Rain. And it literally benefits no one but those 2 people. They manipulate, use, and take advantage of pretty much everyone that works for them. Free labor, free representation when it comes to modeling. Nobody gets paid for these pictures that are taken of them and strewn across the internet and their magazine and whatever else there is. When I first signed up, I was really gullible. I met this girl named Elena, and she sold me this idea of a cannabis community for women that literally welcomes everyone and everyone gets to be a part of. But in all reality, they only use the skinny pretty girls in ads. They literally do not give a shit about anyone that works for them. It doesn't matter what is going on in your life. They are 100% out for them. So I started working at the 420 Nurses Boutique. And this boutique was off of Sherman Way and Topanga. So this place, it was a smoke shop basically that sold clothes too. And I worked there for 2 weeks and was told, oh, that was like your audition. We just wanted to see how you would do. I was literally driving the 14 freeway to the 5, to the 405, to the 118, and not getting paid a dime for 2 weeks of work is what I was told. So I'm like, all right, let it go. You know, maybe you weren't as good at selling things as you thought you were. Maybe you need to work on it. So I went back to the drawing board. I literally had sold them some jewelry pieces that I made, and they were in the shop. I don't think anyone ever actually bought them though. I know that I did a medicated yoga class. Now, first off, I just want to let you know, I am not certified to teach yoga. So that right there was the first thing. And, you know, to me, I had started doing yoga as a way to help heal my leg that I had injured. And it was something I wanted to share with people. So, you know, when they let me teach a class, I got super duper excited. Except for I wasn't allowed to charge for the class. It was donations only. And most of those weeks that I did that class for over a year, I didn't even make my gas money back. I think one time this dude donated me a pair of socks. That shit was wild. I'm like, do I look homeless? Like, I need money for my gas tank, not socks for my feet. So, you know, we would go get stoned. And then I would lead a yoga class. And honestly, like, I was not certified to do this. I'm still not certified to do this. So I shouldn't have been doing it. But at the time, I didn't know or realize this. And, you know, it's just like, wow. On top of that, you are free representation to draw other women into this trap at any cannabis event that you can think of. Any sesh that you've ever thought of or been to, like Blacklist, whatever. Kush Talk, Re-Up, I think was another festival I went to. And you are literally not getting paid, but you're supposed to walk around in their clothes that you paid for yourself, representing their company and drawing other people in to do the same. It really, it's something for sure. So you do that, right? You're also sent to ask vendors, people who work these events, for free products for the company so that we can shout them out and review them. Except for none of those products ever make it to anyone but Summer and Cha-Cha. Period. I know at one point there was a 420 Nurses sleepover, right? And I had gone to a sesh the night before, and it was, oh, hey, you should ask these vendors for products for us. Okay, I will. I asked for the products. Nobody at the sleepover ever saw them. Nobody got to review them. And I had companies coming to me demanding to know why I had asked them for products and kept them. And I had to explain to them that I had not asked for products and kept them, that I literally was doing what I was told by the people who were supervising me. And, you know, I did what they asked. I gave them products and they kept them for themselves. And so, like, that's a bad look when you are representing a company and you do something in their name and you get blamed for it. Like, absolutely not. Not taking that one. Like, you're going to tell me to go ask for a product from a company that you're going to keep for yourself, and then I am the one who's getting thrown under the bus wheels? Ma'am, that's a no. That's a nah from me. So that's just one example. You know, they literally are a polyamorous throuple. So Summer, Cha-Cha, and this dude Jimmy, who's behind the scenes all the time, groom these young women and pull them into their relationships. One such example is this, I will not name her, This girl that was their third, she was very pretty young blonde girl. She came out here from a different city that was very far away. And she was with them for like, I want to say like a month, maybe a month and a half. And at that point, she did not like this relationship anymore. She did not like being in this polyamorous group. And she ended up having to work at the store and do everything they said. And they took her phone and all this stuff so she couldn't call to get away from them. And after that, she was working at the store one day and she disappeared. She literally had called someone to come pick her up from her home and ran out the front door, booked it. Like, literally booked it like somebody who had been imprisoned and left. And we never saw her again. It was absolutely wild. On top of that, the money you make isn't for you. It's for their company. They say that you get a percentage of everything you sell, but you're not allowed to pull it off until you reach a certain amount on their website. And most girls will never, ever reach that amount. Period. I know that I actually sold a lot of things for them, and I was never able to pull the money out of this so-called account that they had for me when I reached my certain point of money. They expect you to wear what they want, do what they want, talk how they want, flirt with people. Literally, there was a photo shoot that I was at and they were like, oh, a sexy photo shoot. And honestly, like, I'm a mom of four and I wasn't necessarily comfortable with wearing what they had recommended. And so I wore something different. And, to me, what I'm comfortable in is what I'm comfortable in, and I'm not going to dress down for anyone. So the fact that you want me to take a picture in a thong and, pasties of yours, I did not feel comfortable doing that. So I got reprimanded and kind of like bitched at and, told that it wasn't sexy enough by Miss Cha-Cha Vavoom herself. I literally dealt with these two women a lot. I was down there a lot. I dealt with them a lot. I, went to a lot of events with them. During the events, they would also require like, oh, this is the outfit for the night. And I remember one specific night, it was a thong and pasties under a fishnet dress in front of hundreds of people. And I did not feel comfortable wearing that. And when you don't match, even though you're wearing their products, their 420 products, if you don't match with everyone else, they get severely irritated. Like, it is ridiculous. And, this polyamorous lifestyle that they live, on top of that, they expect everyone to just be as free and open as they are. And that's not the case. Like, when you're coming to an event and they're pressuring you to, be with other people or, be with them and their other person, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I know a lot of girls that were, propositioned by them who were offered, oh, well, we'll do this, this, and this for you if you sleep with us and our boyfriend. And it's just like, ew, that is predator vibes. You are preying on young women. Some of these women are 18, 19, 20 years old. I was a little bit older when I was in there, so I was a little less easily manipulated, and on top of that, I had a skill, I had a talent. I was making edibles and selling them at other people's booths at first, and then eventually my own. And then eventually I left that sesh altogether that they were running and started a different one, somewhere else vending, the girls in there are not girls at all. They literally, are petty, mean. They bully each other. They talk shit. There's rumors galore. And what's crazy to me is it's usually like the older women, the more insecure, like knowing that they should be doing something else with their life kind of women, who were bullying young girls. There was a nurse. Her name was Sexy Minnie, and she was picking on a friend of mine who shall remain nameless. And this girl was like barely 19 years old. And she is bullying and harassing this 19-year-old girl because she's jealous. This girl is gorgeous. I am friends with her to this very day. And that's the one thing I will say is I did meet a few, very few, super amazing women in there who have moved on from there and never looked back, just like I did, you know? So, but most of the women in there, they're mean, they're manipulative, they talk shit, they run their mouths about everybody. They have nothing better to do than to belittle other women and try and bring them down so that they feel better. And it's really terrible and sad. And honestly, Summer and Cha-Cha are the worst ones of them all. This same friend that I mentioned posted on her Instagram that she would not comply to wear things that she did not feel comfortable wearing, that she would not expose herself more than she felt comfortable with for someone else. They literally saw this on her Instagram, and she was coming to my medicated yoga class. They literally kicked her out of the boutique and said that she couldn't come there because of the way that she talked about them online, which is like, are you kidding me? I myself had issues with, Summer. She is something else. That girl's online like, I'm a doula, I'm so peaceful now. No, you are the kind of girl that gives other girls bad names. You are the kind of girl that makes Tauruses look like assholes. Like, seriously, because as a Taurus, dude, that is not the kind of Taurus I want representing me. She literally sat here and argued with me one time over me and who I would allow in my class, because I wasn't going to allow women that were bullying people and harassing people and sleeping with people's boyfriends in my yoga class to sit there and talk shit about my friend in front of me when she wasn't allowed to be there. And it started this whole big tiff. And after that, they tried to pull us in closer, me and a homegirl of mine that were ready to walk out the door. They tried to make us, I forgot what the title even was, but they tried to promote us to official nurses instead of just interns and give us a seat on this council or board or whatever the fuck they wanted to call it. It was bullshit. Nobody wants to work for free. I'm already coming down there 2 days a week. You're not giving me any money for any of the promoting, any of the modeling, any of the work that I'm doing. And you want me to take on more free responsibility? In the words of Jeezy, bitch, you got me fucked up. Because absolutely not. I am not going to sit there and do free work for anyone. Period. So after that is when I decided to exit stage right. So did several other women. And the ones who didn't, I'm not sure where some of them are still. I don't know if they still are involved in the nurses. I know that every once in a while on some type of social media, these women pop up and I block them on everything. Just recently, I noticed that they both had children with the same man and they are married. They sold tickets to their wedding. That is fucking wild to me. Like, I would not even pay for tickets to go see my favorite celebrity get married, let alone someone who scams, uses, and disrespects young women. If you are involved with this company and you think that they're good people, I'm sorry for you, because that is the absolute opposite of the truth. This is one of the worst cannabis companies you could ever be involved with, period. There is no reason, no way that you should ever buy that stupid fucking $80 kit and those ugly ass fucking clothes. Because let me tell you right now, dude, you will be used, you will be disrespected, you will be manipulated, you will be preyed upon by them and their creepy ass boyfriend. And, you know, Miss Cha-Cha over here telling people she's 10 years younger than she is literally perpetuating a system where girls fight against each other for their attention, their respect, their admiration of tasks that they don't even get paid for. These women are ridiculously terrible people. I don't know how they have gotten away with this for as long as they did. I'm not sure, because like I said, I blocked them so much that I don't see anything unless I make a new account somewhere. I have their phone numbers blocked for literally, I think 2 months after I stopped going out there to teach the class, out there for meetings, out there for sessions. They were texting and calling me, asking me where I was, and trying to pawn responsibilities off on me so that they could just chill and live their best life. The only ones who ever profited from that company are the 3 who own it, which is Jimmy, Cha-Cha, and Summer Rain. And it's crazy because I was so excited to join this company. I was so excited to empower other women and to be making friends and connections. And honestly, I can say if it weren't for the fact that I had skills making edibles, that company probably would have eaten me alive. I literally started doing tables at their events. And after that, I turned around and I was like, I think I can do better. I can do better events where I make more money and where I don't get told what to wear, how to look, to be a sluttier, to wear less clothes, to expose more cleavage, to let your butt fall out just a little, to sleep with vendors if it gets you something. Like, the way these women are teaching other young women to behave is disgusting. And if you ever come across this company, please run the other way so quickly. Like, do not engage. Negative Ghost Rider. I'm telling you, you will regret it. I regret all the hours and time and money I spent putting into what I thought was going to be my future, when really it was a giant fucking pyramid scheme. And I don't know if you guys know, but the only person who wins in a pyramid scheme is the person on the fucking top. So, they're not the only pyramid scheme in cannabis, but they are the largest pyramid scheme in cannabis. And they are completely incapable of empathy or caring about anything but the money you line their pockets with. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening while I spill the bong water. It's always great to know that you are reaching an audience that is within your gauge, your spectrum, your, reach. And I just hope that this will keep someone else from making the same mistake I did with this company. Because I'm telling you right now, while I do love the friends that I did make there and the vendors that were amazing and gave us good deals on products, I would never have started in 420 Nurses if I had known how these women really were and how they treat other women and how they really just believe that they have the right to step on other people to get where they want. Thank you guys for tuning in to Spiritual Bong Water, episode 5. I'm going to literally want a guest on the next episode. So if you are interested in being a guest speaker or just having a conversation with me for the podcast, please contact me either through TikTok or Instagram, and it'll be great. I don't even know what our next topic is yet, but we always spill that bong water on something interesting. So until the next time, this is your host, Cass, and I hope you guys stay safe and stay lit.